I want to start this lesson by asking you a question. Have you ever wondered why some websites and apps use muted, neutral colors for their backgrounds and overall design? Junior designers most often abuse the use of color in their designs. Color is fun after all, but each color signals something to the user, and overusing it, especially for backgrounds, can easily make your designs messy and cluttered. Besides looking unprofessional, too much color can also lead to cognitive overload. Well, in this lesson, I want to explore the topic of neutral, gray shades, and shed some light on why structural, neutral colors are important for UI design purposes. Firstly, let's define what I mean by structural, neutral colors. These are colors such as white, black, gray, and beige. They are often used as the background color or a base color for UI elements. While they may not be as exciting and as vibrant or as bold colors, they're often used as background colors or as a base for UI elements. While they might not be as exciting and vibrant as bold colors, they serve a crucial role in UI design. One of the most important reasons for using structural, neutral colors is to create clarity. UI designers need to ensure that their designs are easily readable and understandable, and structural neutral colors are perfect for achieving this. They allow the main content and important elements to stand out. They don't compete with other UI elements, such as text or buttons, and instead create a clear visual hierarchy. This is especially important when designing for mobile devices, where screen space is limited and every pixel counts. Another reason why neutral colors are important is that they can help to subtly connect the UI design to the brand. Many companies have a particular color palette that they use for their branding, and by incorporating those hues into your neutral palette for your UI designs, you can create a sense of consistency and familiarity. This can especially be important for e-commerce sites or apps where users are likely to spend a lot of time interacting with the brand. Amazon uses the combination of white and gray for its website design. This is consistent with its branding, which features a distinctive logo in a shade of orange. By using neutral colors for most of the UI, Amazon ensures that the content is the star of the show, while the interactive promoted UI elements pop from the background. If Amazon used orange for their backgrounds, we'd be talking a different story. Just imagine how distracting it would be. Branding colors in general can be distracting. They're often bold and vibrant, designed to catch the eye and create a memorable impression. But when it comes to UI design, we need to create a balance between branding and usability. Neutral colors help us to achieve this balance. They're perfect for background elements because they don't draw attention away from the content. They create a sense of calm and order. Let's take a look at a popular note-taking app, Evernote. Evernote uses a light gray background for its app design, which creates a sense of tranquility and order. The neutral color ensures that the focus is on the user's notes rather than on the design itself. This creates a better overall user experience. Imagine if you had to note-take on their primary green color. It would hurt, right? While they may not be as exciting as bold and vibrant colors, neutral colors are an essential tool in the UI designer's toolkit. Next time you're designing a website or an app, put a lot of focus on creating the neutral palette that's flexible enough for your needs. The number of shades required in a neutral palette for UI purposes can vary depending on specific design needs and context. However, as a general rule of thumb, it's recommended to have at least 5 to 6 shades in a neutral palette. This allows for enough variety in the shades to create visual interest and depth in the design, while still maintaining a cohesive and neutral aesthetic. The shades should also be carefully selected to ensure that they complement each other and the overall design. Ultimately, the number of shades required will depend on the specific design project. I've had simple projects where just 5 shades were enough, but in most cases it's closer to 8 or 10. Having more than 10 shades usually means that you might be able to combine 2 of these shades into one and still achieve a similar effect. And you're also improving consistency. To create a solid neutral palette, start with the base primary color. I most often start with the darkest shade I'll use for the elements that require most contrast, like main headings. Adjust the saturation and brightness from there. A trick you might use is to pick a solid mid-level shade that is still accessible enough, and then to pick the lightest shade for the subtle backgrounds. The only thing you need to do from there is to create enough in-between options. The brighter the shade, the less saturated it should be. Remember, when creating a neutral palette for UI purposes, it's important to consider the context and the overall design goals. The shades should be harmonious and work well together, while also creating a clear visual hierarchy and a sense of depth in the design. Don't forget to test your shades on different devices, used in different lighting conditions, to ensure that they are also legible and easy on the eyes.